today is the day. It is 9:10. Still going to make a 4-hour drive up to Newcastle, set up for the big North Tattoo convention. I still haven't packed my stuff. A little bit behind schedule. Let's get going. This is my first tattoo convention for 2 years, and even the one before this was my first one back after a break too, so I'm not afraid to admit that I'm actually a bit nervous. The tattoo industry moves so fast, artists have gotten so good. Do I even still have what it takes anymore? But it's time for me to get out of my comfort zone and get involved. So I'm finally on the road. Everything's kind of gone wrong. It's taken us way too long to pack. We've only just set off. It is 4:10. So, what's that? What I set up at half 9? Oh, I don't know. I should have packed yesterday, but the rabbit had to go to the vet. I couldn't fit the painting that I wanted to take. It didn't fit in the car with all the stuff as well. Otherwise I'd damage the canvas. So I brought 2 other paintings. Technically they end up taking up the same amount of space, but there's 2 of them, so they stack in the car a bit easier. The sat nav says I get there half an hour before the venue shuts, but we are on the way. We'll see how it goes. After hitting a couple of hours of traffic, avoiding 5 crashes, we finally hit some smooth sailing and we're on our way up the Toon. The North. Of course, we did end up missing our setup time for the night, but we got lucky with a free room upgrade, so that was cool. Get a good night's rest, ready for setup in the morning. Obviously I forget my bag in the room and have to abandon my wife halfway down the road with all my stuff to go back. But eventually, we finally get to the venue. By the way, the prints on my booth and many more are available on my website. Check them out. I've been working tattoo conventions for over a decade now. So many of the artists I looked up to at those shows, they just don't work them anymore. There's definitely been a changing of the guards, and although I've done so many shows over the years, I started doing them so young. I was only in my early 20s, and to be honest, I was out of place. I didn't know what I was doing. I felt like an imposter, but looking around the venue here now, I'm probably about the average age. It feels a lot more natural, and although at one point I was definitely over the whole convention thing, I've recently found myself looking at the artist lists and not recognising any of the names. I don't want to be left behind. It's so easy just to sit at home watching Netflix, but it's also so important to get out of your comfort zone, do something difficult in a new environment and push yourself in new places with new people. Speaking of comfort zones, so day 2 starts with the rude awakening. Fire alarm kicks us out of our room. 3 engines show up. Someone probably burned their toast at the breakfast buffet, but despite the shaky start, we're back onto tattooing on day 2. My piece for day 2 is tying the backgrounds together for this ongoing wildlife sleeve project. It's on Kim, who is also a tattoo artist. Tattooing other tattoo artists is the highest form of compliment, really. Someone that does for a living what I do for a living, asking me to tattoo them. That's a whole load of pressure, and I have to do my best to not let my crippling imposter syndrome creep in. But I try my best, and that's all you can do, really. It's exciting watching these large projects come together piece by piece, but as they get closer, it's also quite sad that, soon it's all going to be over. But I'm really proud of how this project is coming together. It looks really cool. There's a bit of debate in tattooing circles. Some artists really don't like the whole competitive award thing, and I've told myself recently not to even enter. Don't even let it bother you. Even though I'm lucky enough to win many tattoo awards over the years, I don't want to be that guy that still lives off the awards that I won nearly 10 years ago, and the industry has then since moved on. So, with a lot of trepidation, we took the plunge.
And in first place for Best Realism, Jordan Crow, our first place winner. Best of Saturday, we have Jordan Crow, second place. Second place prize in Best of Day, Jordan Crow.
And so we end exactly where we've started. I'd forgotten just how much hard work and effort these conventions were I was so out of practice. But it feels good to be back, and I for sure want to do more. So let me know if you enjoyed the video, and maybe I'll make some more videos of other conventions. Super glad to have picked up 2 trophies. Certainly wasn't expected, but a very welcome surprise. Please consider subscribing if you enjoyed the video. But the one thing that all this hard work and winning trophies rewards you with is more work. So let's get to it. Catch you in the next one.